Hello and welcome back everyone to Sunsaw Gaming. So today we are actually going to take a little break from the map overviews that I've been doing, and we're just going to watch a couple of matches here about the power of patience. So being patient in World of Tanks Blitz can pay off immensely, and it's something that a lot of people don't do or don't exercise. A lot of people like to try and push too early or try to make things happen. Whereas if you're patient, the enemy will make the moves. They will make the mistakes and you will get the damage. You will get the win. And that's what these two matches that I'm about to show you are all about. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button down there. Hit the like button for me. Let's get right into it. So our first match here has been sent in by Ducky Momo, and he's driving the Death Star. Now, the Death Star is one of those tanks where, and as you see, such a good game for me, he says. Anyway, the Death Star is one of those tanks where you do have to show patience, especially on a map like Faust. Like, this map is a pain in the butt, and I think everybody can agree with me. This map can be very difficult, given the team you get, basically. Now, Ducky is going to be very patient in this match. He's not really going to leave this section of the battlefield. He doesn't need to. And that's the thing. Let the enemy team make the moves, and you can just capitalize on their mistakes. Now, Ducky's going to pull up behind this bush and going to look for those early shots on tanks that may go into the TD spots over there, or try to push up through this central section instead of going up around the exit to A. As you can see, he's got the Kranwagen and the E3 here in front of him, which works out in Ducky's favour. It means that he doesn't have to do much. He can literally sit here and chill out for a bit. Now, as you can see, there are a few targets that are back here that could come into crossfire here. Jagdpanzer backing up, and Ducky leading the shot, getting a nice 1000 damage roll straight into the side of the Jag. Beautiful, beautiful shot, and that is the power of patience right there. In the first shell, he waited for it. He waited for it. He was patient. He didn't push up with his team. He didn't need to. There's damage for distance, and being patient pays off. Now, this chieftain has pushed aggressively. He's come across no one on that side of the field, and he wasn't patient. He's pushed up too far, exposed himself, and taken a nasty shot from Ducky here, who's patiently sitting at the back, just waiting for him. Now, he's going to get a reload on. He's going to clap this chieftain again, because the chieftain is not patient. He pokes out and gets absolutely annihilated. Now, if he didn't poke there, and he had reset his camo, and he turned around and he pissed off a different direction, Ducky wouldn't have killed him. His gun would still be in the game. He could have probably linked up with that 50B down the bottom there, but he wasn't patient, and he paid the price for it. Now, Ducky has been very patient up to this point, but his team are getting swarmed. He can see that they're getting swarmed. It is an all-out brawl fest, and Ducky needs to get his gun into the mix. So, just pulling up down here and just looking for some shots. Again, being very patient about it. In this situation, I don't think I would be nearly as patient. He sees the 50B back here. He really wants to take a shot at him. Now, this is not going to be an easy shot if he goes for it, but let's see. Oh, 1400 max roll. Bye-bye AMX. Under the pipes, over the wall, into the hatch, fucking goodbye. And Death Star, he just showed a little bit of patience. He let his shot, he snapped it off. I mean, the great shot from a Death Star. But now it's a 2 versus 5. And this is where the patience thing is really going to pay off. Now, Ducky's just waiting for that reticle to close in, gets the kill on the very, very dangerous T95 there. And there's only 4 tanks left versus Ducky and this other, well, I was going to say this other TD, but he just died. So now it's all Ducky all day. And Sheridan, not being patient, not waiting for his team, gets cleared out by Ducky. If he had been a little bit patient, waited for this M103, these two could have taken Ducky out. Again, M103, not being patient, not waiting for the rest of his team. Ducky's almost done with a reload now. And, oh, bye-bye M103. Ducky, again, just going to sit here, going to be patient, going to get that reload on. He's at 5,000, what, 900 damage? And there's no need for him to push. One of the other tank destroyers there is a Death Star, which is very, very dangerous. He's a one-shot. The other Death Star there is a one-shot. Now, this is probably the one time where Ducky is not being patient, and fair enough. I mean, this Death Star could be waiting for his buddy. He could be doing the smart thing that the other two tanks did not do. So Ducky is playing very, very carefully. He doesn't want to get nuked by the Death Star, but he also wants to get rid of him before that guy shows up. So great clearance there. He's just going to pull back behind the corner, be patient, wait for the Yagi 100, who is a one-shot, and get his reload on. Now, this whole match was won, essentially, because Ducky was patient. Now, if he had pushed in with the rest of his team when they all pushed in, his team would have lost. Hands down. There's no doubt in my mind his team would have lost if he had pushed in. I mean, if his team didn't push in like they did, they probably would have been able to control that situation a lot better, and it would have meant that Ducky wouldn't have gotten the damage that he did in this match, but it would have been a whole different game if they just showed a little patience, not rushed in. Like, that was the first minute of the game, and they were on the enemy side of the field, engaged in combat. It's the wrong way to play the game, guys. You're not going to get good stats, you're not going to get a good win ratio, or anything charging in like that, especially if your entire team is not on the same page. So great showing from you there, Ducky. Thanks for sending in this amazing replay in the Death Star, and I look forward to getting more from you. Definitely enjoy them, man. Keep them coming. Cheers. Now, we are going to jump right into this next match. This is Hercules on Dead Rail. If you like MRX, you're going to love what happens in this match. Just purely brilliant. Now, the KPZ Cavalry, I'm just going to call it the Cavalry, is a very underrated tank. A lot of people don't like it, but this tank is freaking amazing. That gun on it, I mean, despite the slightly long reload for a very mobile heavy, it's a derp gun. It's a derp gun, guys, without any of the bad downsides. This thing's accurate, this thing's got good pin. It's an amazing freaking gun on this tank, and if it ever comes up for sale and it's a cheap sale, buy this tank. You're gonna have fun in it. And boom, there is that ammo rack, just to show you how good this gun is. Bye bye IS-8. There goes a tier 9 heavy right out of the game, right off the start. And again, this match, it's all about the power of patience, and it's going to be shown very, very well. I mean, he's going to take a couple of hits here trying to get the shots into the Tortoise. Probably not the right guy to be focusing on, especially when there could be a TD in that back corner, which there was. I mean, he's still got a good trade because he has already cleared out that IS-8 with a single shell right at the start of the match. But now he knows that there's a TD over there, alright, he is going to play so much more cautious on this hill. And you've got to. When you're playing this map, you've got to be patient. If you are the aggressor and you don't have the support from your team, you're going to get absolutely pounded on. If your team are not covering C, you're going to get absolutely pounded on by Crossfire. And Hercules here is going to showcase that so freaking well. You can notice Hercules is not cresting to the very top of this hill, and when he does, it's only very, very short time just to see if he gets lit up, see if he gets shot at, and to take the blind shot like that one, in hopes of trying to get that TD out of position. Now, he's just sitting back, he's being patient. Sure, his team has lost over on C, and at this point, most people would be like, oh crap, we've lost that side of the map, we need to push. But Hercules here does the right thing. He doesn't push, he knows he's still got a TD in the back corner. He knows that that TD will be the one that will spot the light tank that's going down that side of the map way before he needs to worry about it. So he's still just going to play a patient game. Now you can see his heavy over there got aggressive, wasn't patient, started pushing in, and he's dead now. His allied heavy just died because he made a silly push. There's a Yo there, there's the 704 over there in the corner. He wasn't patient. He could have sat back, held that corner, traded shots, waited for them to push, and then had the help of Hercules to take them out. So show a little patience, guys. Just use your teammates, be aware of what's around you, and you will improve your gameplay. You will do a lot better. Now, it doesn't look like Hercules has done much in this match, which, granted, he really hasn't, apart from that first match, that first shot. Most of his damage has just been opportunistic shots like that one. Enemy team wasn't patient, pushed over the top, exposed themselves, got taken out. All because Hercules here is showing the most patience I have ever seen in a freaking match. Well, maybe not the most patience, but the most active patience I've seen in a match. And he's just going to clear out the starters, swaps to the gold rounds, pops him out of existence, and now this Object 704, who again was not patient, is going to push in. He's going to try and take out Hercules. If he had shown a little bit of patience, maybe taken out Hercules' friend in the TD, which would have been the smarter option. Don't know why he didn't try to go for the TD and he instead tried to go for Hercules. Maybe he's just trying to farm some damage, but it doesn't pay out for him. He got aggressive, he wasn't patient, and Ducky, who was patient, capitalised on the situation. He's got behind this guy, and that light tank's bounced the shot off of Hercules now, so he doesn't have to worry about that light tank for a little while. He can just stick with this Object 704, clear him out. Just, again, being patient, keeping a cool head, not really struggling too much, and going after this guy. Now, the T-49 does the right thing. He goes in and he tries to clear out the TD. He does get the kill, but he takes a shot in return, and Hercules' patience here pays off. Slaps him in the back within one round. It's all he needed to clear that 49. Now, if the 49 had been patient and just ran away, used his view range, he might have been able to do a little bit more. He might have. But he was impatient. Again, he pushed in way too openly, and he paid the price for it. His team paid the price for it. They lost, and Hercules takes the win. So, great game. Great show of patience there from both the guys that sent in these replays, so thank you both. And watch for this cavalry when it comes out. I love the tank, and it is very underrated. So, until next time, guys, stay safe, use cover, cheers.